Hey, everybody, thanks for joining me on my blog again this week. Again, as always, if you like this content, please like and subscribe down below. Kind of helps me out and helps me know that you're enjoying the content. On July 14th, my wife, Erin, and I celebrated 35 years of marriage. That's a long time, but we dated 4 years before that, so it's 39 years together. If you add all those years up, it's 14,244 days. It's 468.32 months. It's 341,874 hours we've been together and counting. I met Erin at Transylvania University in Lexington, Kentucky, and I've often said that Erin went there and got two majors and a minor, and I went there and got her. Now, I did graduate and I did get one major, but the most important thing in the world that I got was Erin. I feel like that's why I went to Transylvania, was to meet her. And since we've been married, we have lived in 2 states. We have lived in 6 houses. We have lived in one 850 square foot cabin. Oh, before that, we lived in 3 apartments. We have had 2 cats, 1 dog, 2 boys, and now 2 daughters-in-law. Erin has served as a teacher, as an assistant principal, as a principal, and as the executive director of human resources for the Fayette County School System in Georgia. I have been an assistant dean of students. I've been a teaching pastor, a senior pastor. I've been a project coordinator for a construction firm. I've been a sales manager for a staffing firm, and I've been a men's minister. So we've had a lot of change in our life, probably just like you. And Erin and I would say we have had some of the most amazing times in our lives together. I mean, just incredible times. But we have also suffered through some incredibly difficult times. At times it felt like things couldn't be any better, and at times it felt like things couldn't get any worse. And I tell you, I am so glad that we are still together because we love each other deeply, and it means more to me than anything that we are still together. Well, here from all of these years of experience, I want to give you just 3 quick pieces of advice as a reminder of how you can make sure that you strengthen your marriage going forward. Number 1, love sacrificially. The Apostle Paul wrote in Ephesians 5, "Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church." Well, how did Jesus love the church? He loved the church sacrificially. He gave up everything for the church. He gave his last breath. He literally shed his blood for the church. I know that Paul wrote that to men and to husbands, but I think that applies to both men and women. We should love each other in a home sacrificially. Sometimes people will say, happy wife, happy life. And I say, well, okay, I get it. That's kind of a nice thing to say. But really, it's happy spouse, happy house. And one of the things that you can do is love your spouse sacrificially. Put them first in everything. So, husbands, that might mean if your wife typically makes dinner and one night she's running late or things have been particularly hectic, go home and make supper or stop and pick something up and bring it home so she doesn't have to worry about it. Wives, if your husband really wants to watch a ball game, rather than sitting in the other room and watching something on TV by yourself, join him and watch the ball game. And then that way you're getting some quality time together. Men, on that day when your wife has been wanting to go out on a Saturday and take a hike or take a walk or go shopping, give up your golf game so that you can spend time with her, because those are the things that are particularly meaningful when you get that quality time, just the two of you together. Sacrificial love is selfless. Selfishness is kryptonite to a marriage. The selfish person dominates, and the other person feels like they don't matter. They feel like they're controlled. The relationship gets kind of stale. It gets stuck because one person is happy at the other person's expense. So you need to love sacrificially in your marriage. Second, you need to pray together in your marriage. When Erin and I first got married, we didn't pray together because I wasn't even a Christian. But later, as time went on, we tried praying together, but it just didn't stick, and that was really on me. I wasn't doing a good job with that. But a few years ago, we really committed to praying together. And I pray at night. We lay in bed and hold hands, and I pray at night. In the morning, we'll do a devotion, and she prays. And it's really fun listening to her prayers, especially the way she words things to our Father about what's going on in our lives. And we pray for our family. We pray for the things that are going on in our families' lives and the things, especially our kids, and what they need and what we hope that God is going to do in their lives. We pray for our family members who are sick. We pray for our friends who are sick. We pray for relationships that need mending. We pray for anything and everything along the way that we feel like is a meaningful reason to pray for people. And it's a very important time for us. And I really enjoy it. And I know that we each have our own special devotion time and prayer time. And I know Erin prays for me and I pray for her. But there's something really powerful about the two of us praying together during those night times at night and in the morning. It really bonds our hearts together and gets us not only closer to each other, but of course, closer to the Lord. And then finally, the last thing I would say is to practice forgiveness. Once Jesus was anointed by a sinful woman, and the Pharisees who were watching got upset because they knew she was a sinful woman. And Jesus pointed out that her sins were many, and so she was showing her great love in response to knowing she had been forgiven. And I always summarize that short passage by saying, those who have been forgiven much love much. Practicing forgiveness is the key to a long-term healthy marriage. Of course, we shouldn't do things that hurt our spouse, but offenses do happen. And sometimes they're small things, and sometimes they're absolutely huge things. Now, trust me, you're never going to feel more loved than when someone is willing to forgive you for something that you've done that really hurt them badly. It will make your love for them grow so strong to know that they were willing to forgive you. Those who have been forgiven much love much. But be careful with your choices. Be quick to say you're sorry when you do make a mistake. Stay clear of the huge offenses. But here's what you can remember. You're never more like Jesus than when you choose to forgive someone. And as we become more like Christ, we learn to forgive, and I think that's really true love. So these are my reminders this week. Keep working on your marriage. It takes work. And keep walking with Jesus. Stay close to him. And I'll see you next week.